Hello everyone. Hope you are all having an absolutely wonderful day. Welcome to Mascara Monday. This is a new series I started this year where I take one Monday a month to review a mascara. And this year I decided I was going to focus my attention on drugstore mascaras. The one that's up for review this month, this one from Milani. This one's been getting quite a lot of buzz because it's supposed to be a dupe, they say, for this one right here, the Thrive Causemetics Liquid Extensions Mascara. I have kind of a love-hate relationship with this mascara, so I was very interested to see how, if this was like this one in any way. Before I get into that, my tea of the day is a milk oolong from Taiwan. This one does have a little bit of added flavoring to it to give it a little bit of extra creaminess. The really high-end, like super expensive milk oolongs are grown at a high elevation, and there's something to do with the science about being grown at a high elevation that makes your tea taste more creamy. I don't know. All I know, this one has a little bit of added flavoring and I still really enjoy it. Usually I don't like a lot of added flavoring, but this one is good. So let's talk about these two mascaras. So I guess, spoiler alert, I don't think that they're exact dupes. I think that they are actually very, very close. They are almost dupes. I do think that one is a good, it's a good alternative to this one, but I will get into why I do not think they are actual dupes. So let's talk first about their brushes. So here we have Milani, here we have Thrive. They look very, very similar, kind of like pine tree shaped wands. So in that way, very, very similar. I would say the formulas are also very, very similar in how wet they are. That's one thing that with the Thrive I always found to be very frustrating, that I always ended up with mascara all over around my eyes because it's such a wet mascara. And the Milani is the exact same way. It is very, very wet, and no matter how careful I am, I always make a mess. And the way that they are similar is actually, I think, the whole reason to even buy these mascaras. They remove in exact the same way. So that actually I found to be very, very impressive that Milani was able to get that type of a tubing mascara the same as the Thrive. Other tubing mascaras I've tried just haven't quite reached the level of the Thrive in terms of ease of removal. If you've never tried a tubing mascara, if you don't realize it's a tubing mascara and then you try and take it off the normal way with like your oil cleanser, it won't come off. It will absolutely stay on. Tubing mascaras are designed to come off with just plain warm water. And if you start to like kind of gently rub your lashes, they will come off in like actual clumps and little tubes. Like it doesn't smear. It's the most interesting way to take off mascara. And the Milani one, it comes off exactly the same way as the Thrive. So if that's why you buy the Thrive, it might be interesting to even try out the Milani to see what you think. But now I get to the part of how I do not think that they are dupes. Again, initially applying it, it looks very, very similar. When you start to use this mascara, it builds up super, super quickly. You have to be careful not to get too much. And it's the exact same way with the Thrive. You'll be going along applying mascara and then bam, all of a sudden you've got way too much volume and you have to go in with a lash comb. So that is one thing about them that you have to be kind of careful with. But the Thrive, for some reason, can keep my lashes up. They've got a really good curl and hold to them. Something about the Milani is a little heavier. It does tend to weigh my lashes down, and that is like the only difference, honestly, that I can see between these two formulas, and that's why I wouldn't call them a dupe. This one, a little heavy. However, since it does remove so easily and it doesn't flake and stuff on me, I would still wear this one, especially on my lower lashes if I really don't want any smudging to happen. If I had to choose between the two, I do think that the Thrive is still a better mascara since it does hold the curl better, but it's so much more expensive than Milani. Of course, I forgot to look at the actual prices before I get on here, but I'll put on the screen how much the Milani is and then how much the Thrive is. There is a big difference. The way I'm personally going to use them is I'll just use this one on my lower lashes when I'm wearing other mascaras, whereas I can trust this one on both my upper and lowers. I've always had such mixed feelings about the Thrive mascara. It's just so hard to work with sometimes, and how quickly it builds up and just how easy it is to go overboard with it. Like I find that when I put on this mascara, and of course this one as well, I have to have a lash comb handy. I always apply too much and I don't like how wet it is, but at the same time, for both of them, I can't overstate how nice it is to be able to just wash your face with warm water and have your mascara come off. That is, it's a really big golden star on both of these formulas. I would love to hear what you think of these. Have you tried them? Have you tried them both? How close do you think they are? Do you agree with me? Do you think they're more dupes than I think they are? Or do you agree with me that the Milani one can weigh down your lashes? I always enjoy hearing everyone else's reviews. Mascara is so incredibly personal, so always feel free to share your experiences with mascaras down in the comment section. It may just help someone. Thank you guys so much for following along with this series. I will be trying out a new one for next month. I just jerked because I almost dropped these all over the floor. Oh, one random thing to note. The Thrive packaging, while not only is it a pretty color, it's very, very heavy. Like, it feels expensive. The Milani is much more light. So even though they look, you know, sort of similar, there is a difference that way as well. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I will see you very soon in my next one. Bye, guys.